This evening, I will be sharing a few tips for parents on positive parenting. Now, I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get into them quickly. The first one is begin with you. Parents, do you model the behaviors you want your child to adopt? So, whether it be with regards to spirituality, whether it be with regards to cleanliness, or the way that they treat other persons, do you model that behavior? So are you arguing with your child that they're not studying their lesson when you're not studying yours? Are you arguing that the child is loud or they speak badly when you're doing the same thing? The first tip is that you should begin with you and model the behavior you want to see in your child. Secondly, health matters. Tip number 2 is that health matters. Is your child getting enough sleep? What is your child eating? Is your child having yearly or regular checkups? So it's important that you focus on the child's health. And even in this season of COVID, right, one of the things that I want to look at in regards to the child's health is play. A lot of children are at home, they're doing online learning, and I know most parents, they want to say, children play too much and all of that. But it's important for their health and it's important for their physical development. So children should be getting enough play. But generally speaking, are they up at night on their tablets until 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, not getting enough sleep? Are you making sure that they're eating the right things? Are they eating too much snacks? Are they drinking too much sodas? All of that. The second thing you must remember is that their health matters. The third tip, and for me one of the most important tips for positive parenting, is that you need to make time. Parents need to make time for their children. How often do you spend one-on-one time with your child? And especially if you're doing homeschooling now, you need to make sure that you're spending one-on-one time with your children that doesn't involve you teaching them or playing the role of teacher. I find, and what research has shown, is that many parents neglect one-on-one time with their children for provisions. So you go out at work and you want to provide money and all of that, but you are not having any quality time with your children. Quality time will impact their trust in you, their communication, or how they communicate with you. Quality time will impact their emotional development. It will impact a lot of things. It is important that you spend time, quality time with your children, where there are no distractions, where you just have conversations with them, and it doesn't matter the age of the child. And the earlier you start, the better it will be for you. Tip number 4, rules and routines. Children need rules and they need routines, especially younger children, high school children as well. So what's the structure? When I wake up in the morning, what do I do first? After I have my devotion or we have family worship, do I do my chores? Then is it 2 hours of play? Is it 2 hours of book time? Is it 2 hours of when children used to come from school? What's the afternoon schedule? Do they just run up and down all afternoon, or is there a time to check homework? Is there a time to... Children need to have rules and they need to have routines. So children should know what the rules are as well. A lot of parents tend to punish children for rules that they didn't know exist. So it's important that children have rules and it's important that they have a routine. Number 5, consistency. Being firm creates a strong foundation in your relationship with your child. Boundaries are meant to expand. As your child grows, the boundaries will too. If you set limits with your child in a consistent, positive way, eventually your child will internalize your expectations. Be consistent with your children. And in being consistent with your children, we think about even discipline. A lot of parents tend to argue that discipline doesn't work with their children, but one of the reasons is because they are not consistent. You need to make sure that if a child does something wrong, they're consistently punished, and that doesn't necessarily mean beating them either. And on the other hand, if a child does something good, they should consistently be rewarded. Now, these are 5 tips for positive parents. Let's go over them. 1, begin with you. Spirituality wise, educational wise, everything begin with you. 2, focus on their health as it matters. 3, make time for them. 4, set rules and routines. And 5, be consistent.